5 days or 6 days since you last played. I know you had 2 days off, but how's just the week been for getting ready for your last homestand?
Yeah, it's been great. Just after a good road trip at Iowa and Wisconsin, we got a week of practice to prepare for USC. We know they played Ohio State recently, so we've been watching film, watching their games, and we're gonna be ready come tomorrow.
What are you just thinking about this final 8-day stretch, 3 games, kind of looking at the standings, seeing where you are in terms of seeding for the tournament? Are you paying attention to that at all? Are you kind of seeing where how things could play out?
I mean, a little bit. I mean, a lot of people lie and say that they don't watch that stuff, but we do. We want to place as high as we can in the Big Ten tournament, and the only thing we could do is win out for ourselves. Then everything else will shake up how it shakes up. You know what I mean? So we just got to focus game by game. And tomorrow we got USC, who's a really good team, really lengthy team. They got a lot of size on the perimeter, and they have different things that maybe we haven't really been accustomed to in the last couple of weeks with other teams. So we're gonna have to be ready come tomorrow.
What did you take away from the second half at Wisconsin, and what led to the comeback and the win in overtime, and how can you carry that into this week?
I mean, every time the Ducks grind it out defensively, I think it bodes well for us. Usually, our intensity at that end really dictates. We could really put our imprint on the game, and I feel like me personally, I could use my quickness a little bit more and try to disrupt some of the bigger guards that I have to guard, and some of the take them away from some of the stuff that they're used to doing, denying, whatever the case may be. So our defense really, that was the biggest takeaway at Wisconsin, because they're one of the best offensive teams in the Big Ten, and we were able to shake things through. And TJ did a great job on number 9, Tanjay from Wisconsin as well, who was their focal point, their offense. So just the defense, to answer your question.
Yeah, what's it been like watching just TJ have the success he's had defensively, and what has he meant from a defensive standpoint these last couple weeks?
I mean, he's been nothing short of sensational, honestly, on the defensive side of the ball. Just getting us extra steals. I think he's getting us 2 a game in conference play, something like that. So he's really been doing a good job, taking some of the toughest assignments on the perimeter every night. And he's like, I feel like Nate is kind of like the backbone of our defense, but TJ is like the point of attack of our defense. And he does a great job of just taking the challenge, talking to us, and he's been good.
What's your year been like? It's winding down. You've got 2 home games left, and you just reflect on this time of year and your career.
It's kind of a weird feeling because this time last year I wasn't playing, but I mean, I've been fortunate enough so far to I've been able to play in the first 28 games of this season. So I'm just grateful. I worked my butt off to get to this point and be able to contribute for this team. And as I reflect, I feel like some things, we had a 5-game skid at some point, but it's all about how you bounce back, and I feel like we've really shown that we've bounced back. We're on a 4-game winning streak, so we're just trying to keep the momentum going into March.
Does that injury feel like a long time ago, or is it still something that you think about?
No, it feels like a long time ago, but it also, time flies, so it's kind of like it's in between. It's a year ago, but it feels like it was yesterday. But I left that behind, and I feel like I've had a decent year. Yeah, I've tried to help the team as much as I can, and good things have happened.